you're free to choose, but you're not free from the consequences of your choices.
You know, we're all human beings. We all have a different point of view.
People are experiencing a crisis of some sort.
I was in a car accident. Somebody sideswiped me, hit and run, and ran me off the road. And now I'm disabled, lost my job. My house got foreclosed on.
I was a very proud man because I thought I had everything. House, car, and everything. My pocket is full. Someone come up, like one of these people come up, I wouldn't give them anything. And that was wrong. I have a master's degree. I have an engineering degree. I've done all of that in corporate America.
I was doing landscaping for 10 years until the company went out of business and lost my job.
I went to Alaska, started fishing again, made some good money, and I went back to using drugs.
My job, I was a hod carrier. I was a laborer for a mason company. I made $700 after taxes every week, but the job prices went down.
A pretty common set of circumstances is that life took unexpected turns, and the things that were supposed to be safe or were supposed to stay together, like a marriage or a job or a housing situation, didn't last as long as they thought it would, and there is an unexpected change of events. A car breaking down, what started out as fun in a party that now turns into a lifestyle of drug and alcohol abuse, a person who was supposed to be safe who turns out to be violent. Those things are all part of a person's story on how they get to a place like Powerhouse. But as far as the particulars of it, that's one of the things I love about working with folks in crisis, is getting to know their each individual stories. The people that come in here are bigger than their crisis, and so the stories often carry surprising twists and turns, like the type of music that they like or the jobs that they have held in the past before the crisis happened. And I always love getting to know the people and their stories.
Well, I was living with my ex-wife, and then I was renting a duplex actually right down the street for a few months, and then the rental between me and my roommate wasn't working out too well, so the only other place I had was go to family's house. So I went and stayed with family after that.
I moved in with my fiance a few years ago, and then his parents got kicked out of their place, so I kind of followed him from there, and we've been trying to look for work and housing, but it hasn't been easy.
I was a grade A student growing up. I didn't choose to be homeless, I guess what I'd say. I became homeless because jobs. 4 years ago, when the job crisis went down, I lost my job. And
In doing a business, I took some risk, and I've lost my home, I've lost my house, my car, and everything.
And I got addicted to heroin. By the time I was 19, I was injecting heroin every day. And it changed me as a person, right? It made me go from the person that I was before to a monster of sorts, right?
You know, obviously there's a lot of alcohol and drugs involved out with the homeless community, but there's also mental issues too.
They're smoking stuff that's changing them, you know. I see kids 20 years old, 21, 22 years old out here that are so spun out on smoking rat poisoning that they don't even know what they're doing. Like, they literally don't know what they're doing.
If you, someone who's homeless like myself, if I remain homeless for too long, then I will develop bad habits, drinking, smoking. So then I'm now sliding out of homelessness into drug abuse or mentally ill.
The problem is so bad, though, that it's literally becoming an epidemic. You know, the drug problem is an epidemic. And I do understand that there's mental illness, but personally, having been out there for a few days and knowing what goes on, the biggest problem out in downtown Sacramento and this area is drugs. A lot of drug addicts, a lot of alcohol.
Another bad thing is that they're giving these people funds money, real tangible money, to help themselves. That money is going into the wrong direction. Those people take that money, not 100%, they don't know percent, and they go and buy drugs. So the drug dealers are getting the money that these people are getting for support. And that's wrong.
So we have to do more to control the supply of drugs coming in our nation, interdict them, stop them, programs that don't just slap people on the wrist, but give them a real hope to turn from their addictions.
Many of these people's problems and challenges and circumstances won't be fixed easily or quickly, and that's okay, because to walk with a person in the process, even for just an hour or a moment, as you make eye contact and say hello, is a great place to start in offering dignity.
There's a lot of things out here that happen out there that aren't cool, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that need help, right?
You know, we see things all the time. Saw somebody get knocked out last night, was just sitting there. Clearly, dude ran up and knocked him out for no reason. No reason. It's crazy.
The problem is not homelessness. It is socially displaced people. So what I'm saying when I say socially displaced, there are three components to that. One, that's real homeless people, and defined it as someone who lost their job, lost their home, lost everything, and like myself, you need support to get back into life. The second component is mentally ill, and the third is drug abuse. If they segment it like that, then that $1 million that they would invest for, as they say, socially displaced, not homelessness, you can then divide that sum of money. I'm just using $1 million, it has to be more than that. And so that we will take, let's say, X% for homelessness. And those people that you identify to be homeless, you then put them and you put programs and goals and objectives for that sum of money. You now take the people who are mentally ill, you remove them from the streets somewhere. I understand in the 1980s they had something like that. Move them from the streets somewhere so that they can become a better person. And the drug abuse, you put them somewhere, take them again from the streets. You cannot put all of them together. And all of these people you're looking at here that says they're homeless, they're not all homeless people. They're defined by the government, and it's wrong. They should say the homeless people, if that's what you want to call it, should be only people like myself and others who are looking for help, a home, work, training, and that type of stuff. The other people, mentally ill and drug abuse, should not be on the street here.
There was a woman who 3 years ago, because of mental health issues, was eating out of dumpsters. There was a woman who has an amazing child with her. That child was born during her mother's prison sentence, and they reunited while they were here. Another woman has come from just profound depths of fear and anxiety and has been set free. And all of these four have gone from homelessness to full employment, and that's been a beautiful thing to see. A person experiencing homelessness is far more than the car they're sleeping in or the handout that they are asking for.
My goal is just to save a little bit of money when I can from little side jobs or anything if I can, if I do have any, and then, like I said, move my way up to where I do have that regular income again, and I could, move out here and find a room for rent. I don't find myself like renting a house by myself or an apartment by myself because I don't have the income for it, but I do see myself capable of being able to afford a room.
Well, I eventually want to become a fashion designer over time. Cool. Go back to school so I can learn how to create my own clothing and open my own store. So just spend time with family, hopefully get family back into my life again. I've lost a good amount of it from things that I've done. But that's besides the point. So, just kind of want to work my way into doing something important for the world.
My New Year's resolution this year and my wife is to get indoors this year. I'll always come every morning, every day, come down and say hello to all my friends and family and stuff and everything I have around here. But I want to go indoors. I'm getting burnt out of being on here. You know, I'm ready to go indoors. Freezing every night, or don't know when my next meal going to be.
The biggest thing out here is a lot of these people don't understand why they are where they are. They know where they are. They understand the repercussions of where they are, but they don't understand how they can get from where they are back to where they want to be, what steps that requires.
Getting out of your own routine and out of your own selfishness is something that can benefit us and the people on the street who definitely need some help, I think.
I would want to remind folks that a person experiencing homelessness is not their circumstances. They are far more than the current crisis or the current lack that they find themselves in. And the depth and the wisdom and their experiences have equipped them in ways that allows them to excel when the crisis ends and they find some stable footing again.
So what's a message you would like to send to people who are outside of the homelessness?
You're free to choose, but you're not free from the consequences of your choices. So repeat that again. You're free to choose, but you're not free from the consequences of your choices. I'm free to take the interview, but I'm not free from the consequences of taking the interview. Yeah.